Hi and welcome to this video. Now something a bit different today. I'm going to be working on the wife's car, which is the Kia Soul. The drop links do need replacing, so I'm going to start today. Now if you're watching this video or you found this video by searching YouTube, then I say welcome. You're more than likely watching this because you have this issue and you're looking to do the job. Now if your drop links have gone, then more than likely you'll be hearing a knocking noise. Now this kind of happens over slight bumps, not big bumps, but just sort of like little distortions in the road. So you'll hear the noise, and also you might notice that the car is swaying from side to side like that a little bit. It makes you feel a little bit seasick. Now what it is this is one of the parts. With previous cars that I've done, these are pretty much exactly the same both sides. Now I don't know why, but the Delphi version I've got has two different part codes, and I don't know if you can see on this one, if you can try and find it, where's it gone? On there you can actually see there's a left and a right. If you can see that. So I don't know if it's just this particular car, because I've not actually done this. I've done these on this car before. These will be the original drop links, as it's only done 62,000 miles. But yeah, basically what happens with these is you have the, you can see through the packaging, you have the rubber that goes around it, and this splits, and basically you shouldn't really be able to move this with your fingers. But obviously with the weight of the car, this becomes loose, it just goes up and down, and with this knocking is the ball joint and this moving about. Now obviously this part is just literally 2 bolts up and down, but you preferably need to do them in pairs. I wouldn't advise just doing one, although you can do. Also go for a decent brand, because if you go for eBay specials you'll be doing them in a month or so, depending on your area of the roads that's near you. So yeah, that's enough with the chit chat. Let's make a start and get these done. So the first thing we need to do is loosen the wheel nuts on the front on each side. Obviously don't loosen them too much, and then jack up the whole front end using axle stands. Please don't just use a jack, because it makes it unsafe. Okay, once the wheel's off, put it underneath just in case anything happens to these jacks and axle stands, then it's not going to land on the floor, especially if you're underneath it. Okay, so this is the drop link in question. As you can see, it's rather rusty, lots of grams built up. So obviously you can see from these that we can twist them rather easily. So this one's definitely worn, as will be the other side. So what we need to do now is I'll spray some WD-40 on it. So we need to undo this nut and this nut. Okay, so best thing to do is loosen both nuts off first before taking one out. This one wouldn't come out. As you can see, I had to angle grind it off with the angle grinder. This one's slowly coming, but when you turn it, if it doesn't, well, if it just keeps turning, doesn't unloosen, there should be a little groove where you can put a spanner in and hold that and turn at the same time, and hopefully this should come off a bit easier than what this one did. Okay, so there we are side by side, this one being a lot better. This is the driver's side, so as mentioned earlier, we've got the right side. As I'm in the UK, obviously it might be different if you're in the US, because on the left side would be the driver's side. So obviously these should go on a lot easier, and as you can see, with the old ones that's where you would put a spanner, and these should go on nice and easy. And also, which the old ones didn't have, you can also put an Allen key in there, which does the same thing as these, which makes it a lot better, because this one didn't. And it's not just filled up with gunk, it's just a solid end. So that can go in the bin, and this one can now go on. So because we've jacked the car up and right went that way, this thread should now go in somewhat near enough perfect. So it's a little push. Because if the other car was on the other wheel was on the floor, then it'd be at an angle and this thread would need to go up like that or down, I can't remember which way, but it wouldn't go in straight, and this way makes it a lot easier. So with that in now, all we need to do is put these knots on and tighten them up. Okay, so I'm choosing to tighten the nuts up using this method. It also means that if you try and put a spanner in there, you're less likely to rip the seal, which we don't want, because if that happens, we'll have to do this one again. And there we go, all connected and done. And these you definitely cannot wobble. So that's it. While you're under it, it's a good idea as well just to check CV boots, brakes, trap rod ends and suspension, anything you like, just to make sure we're all good. And if we are, then we can put the wheel back on. Okay, so that's them both done. I know it took a bit longer than what I anticipated. It's taken about 3 hours. These things happen. If you're doing it on a newer car, it could take less time because obviously the bolts are newer. You do it on an older car that's more rusty, or depending on your climate. In UK we get lots of rain, so everything's rusty. I say it's one of those jobs that can either take half an hour or 3 hours. If it goes simple, I say undo the bolts, switch them over. Easy. If it goes the way that this one did, then it's a pain trying to either angle grind them off or hacksaw them off, or whatever way you can get them off helps. But putting them back on, really easy. Okay, once you've done them, obviously drop the car on the ground, tighten the wheel nuts up, and then go for a drive and see if the knocking's gone. If it hasn't, then potentially it could be something else. It could be the anti-roll bar bushes themselves, but the drop links are the most common for them to go. So as I say, I'm just going to take this out now. Hopefully it's sorted. But yeah, like I say, I hope this video has been useful. Things don't always go to plan, as I say. I hope this video has not been too boring, and it's gave you some insight on how to do them if you need to do yours. If you're already subscribed and you're watching this, then hope you enjoyed the video. If you're new to this channel, or you're watching this video because I say you want to know how to do the drop links, I hope you enjoyed. If you have, feel free to drop a like and potentially subscribe. Lets me know how these videos are going. As I say, I'm not the best at this, but if it helps someone, then it's worth it because I'm doing the job anyway. So I may as well film it and make a little video of it. So as I say, hopefully if you're doing yours, it can go either way. Just give yourself plenty of time. And yeah, I'll leave it there. I'll see you in the next one.